Hey friends, welcome back to Cozy with Calinnah, where I share my journey as a nurse by day and an artist by night, having real conversations with multi-hyphenates, dreamers, and doers. Don't forget to subscribe and catch new episodes every Thursday. What does it really take to market yourself as an artist today to curators, event promoters, or magazines? As the founder of Indieground and the face of Nothingmag, she's a booker, event coordinator, and creative who's built platforms to uplift the DIY music and art scene. She talks about how fear almost got in the way and how pushing through fear led her to building spaces that now highlight artists. Welcome to the podcast, Karen Reyes.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Happy to be here.
Yes, happy that you're here also. And I know that you are like a Jill of all trades. You do it all. You're a jewelry maker. You have a jewelry brand.
Yes.
You
Currently on a little hiatus, but I
Okay.
love creating.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
I brought some of my jewelry.
Hey,
Yeah.
you gotta support the girl. Yes, and they're really cute too.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you're also an event coordinator, designer, photographer. You wear a lot of different hats,
I do.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I love dabbling into all of my interests.
Yeah.
In every way that I can.
And what connects all of these roles for you? Like, do you feel like they kind of overlap and interchange, kind of are
Yeah.
connected somehow?
I definitely feel like they overlap, and what connects it all for me is like my love for music and community and art, and just like creating spaces and things that allow people to be uplifted and feel connected. That's truly what it's all about for me, and I feel like that's something that I see through like everything that I work on and do.
And
Yeah.
were you always like this as a kid? You liked to try different things?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
it's like kind of cute and funny, but I used to collect rocks when I was little.
Girl,
And,
me
you know,
too.
like rocks and shells. And I'm realizing that that's still something that I do now, but in a different way,
Mm.
where I collect crystals and I collect shells and then I make jewelry with that. So I feel like there's so many parts of me that I've just developed as, I've gotten older, and that's like one of those things where I've always been like dabbling into like different interests and just trying new things and then growing from that. So yeah,
Wow.
I kept collecting stuff, and then I was like, wait, I need to make something with this. Like I want to wear this, and that's how it started.
Oh,
Yeah.
never knew. Yeah, funny story. I also collected a lot of rocks when I was a kid. Where's this collection? Let me find it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's up there.
Oh, lovely.
A lot of those, well, all of those were collected when I used to like go on road trips with my family, and I would collect different rocks and stuff, and I was like fascinated with rocks. So
Oh, I love that.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
And then how did you dabble into all the other things like photography? Have you just always gone for like different interests of yours?
Yeah, I mean, photography started with like event coordinating and going to shows. So there was like so many moments where I was like, well, I have a camera and why not take photos? Like I love taking photos of like nature and like when I go travel, But yeah, taking concert photography or photos at concerts is also like been really nice, and that's how it started for me. Just like bringing my camera to shows and also wanting to take photos at like events that I was hosting. And yeah, I just kind of like started exploring that, and it's been really nice. It's been lovely. I think it's just fun like learning more about these like interests and yourself as you go. So yeah, I always need to like try something that like I'm curious about.
Yeah, totally. I think I have always been that way too.
Yeah.
Like I've had a lot of interests.
Yeah, I know. It's
My poor
hard.
parents.
It's hard. Yeah.
I feel like if I had a mini me, I'd be like, I cannot keep up with you, girl, because it's just there's so many things that I was interested in as a kid, but it's expensive.
It is.
Being
It is.
creative.
It is expensive.
It's a lot just to get the equipment or to get the knowledge of how to do something.
Yeah.
The gear.
It's a process.
It's a process, you know.
Takes patience,
A lot.
time,
Yeah.
and money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of money.
Yeah, lots. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So how did you get into the music scene? Like, how did you start coordinating?
So it actually started as an internship. I joined Nothingmag and started like helping with booking artists for festivals, the local Nothing Fest, which was every year. And yeah, it was like that's how I started, just like getting into it
Mm.
and getting into event coordinating and booking and photography and all of the above. I was always just so curious and wanted to like do it all, honestly, as much as I could, just like was always there to help with anything. And yeah, I got to a point where like now it's been passed over to me and I'm the one that's managing Nothing Mag and all of those events as well. It's been like a journey for sure. There's been, so much that has been going on, so much that I've learned. And it's been lovely. Like it's been a really good experience and I feel like through that I've really tapped into my local scene and also tapped into this passion of, organizing events and bringing people together in that way.
Yeah, I've seen it too. When
Mhm.
we went to that event you had in the OC.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was the name of that venue?
The Garden Amp.
The Garden App.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful venue.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is huge. Like
Yeah.
there's so much like that wraps around the
Mhm.
venue and I mean props.
That's where
That's
Nothing Fest was held. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, it's like the
okay.
perfect venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great like indoor and outdoor space and if you need to
Exactly.
catch your breath, you could like sit
Exactly.
outside and chill cuz
Exactly. I love it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot to manage.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah.
throwing an event, you have to
Mhm.
talk to so many people.
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot of energy, a lot of work, a labor
Yeah.
of love, truly.
Yeah.
But I feel like through that, and just being a part of those like big events as well, I realized that like even if it's tiring, even if I'm having like sleepless nights, it
Yeah.
really is all worth it in the end. Like
Mm.
just seeing it all come together is what makes it for me. Like
Yeah.
it's seeing everyone having a great time, discovering new artists, and that in itself just brings so much joy into my life.
Yeah.
So that's what keeps me going for
Yeah.
sure. Mhm.
Do you think you were like someone in high school that always like liked to throw a party?
No, I feel like
No.
actually in terms of like music,
Yeah.
my music taste was so misunderstood in high school. Like
Ah.
I was tapped in when people weren't, I would
Who
say,
were you
because
into at
like
that time?
I was into indie and I feel like everyone was into radio, like pop artists. So I
Mm.
remember just like having these artists that I loved and like wanting to put people on and then being like, that's weird. Like King Cruel was one. Love him. Like yeah, he's my favorite. And I remember trying to like put my friends on and everyone like no one understood. And now I'm like, okay,
Mm.
now you guys get it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you were
it
you
was
were ahead of
yeah.
your time.
So I just felt misunderstood
Yeah.
in that way. So it's
Oh,
like
interesting.
nice now because I feel like I'm able to like yeah, put people onto music that they haven't heard of and people are more open to it. People like want to discover those like underground artists,
Right.
That's like those are the gems that everyone wants to know about. So I think that's
Right.
something that just makes me so happy to see. I've never really been into like radio music and
Mm.
yeah, that's kind of my niche right now, just like underground indie artists, like uplifting
Gotcha.
them in that scene. Mhm.
And how do you select your artists? Like, are you always going to shows? Like,
Yeah.
going to like underground kind of events? Like, how do you know who's poppin' or do you do your own research or
Yeah,
how
a
does
little
it?
bit of both.
Mm.
Definitely always going to shows,
Yeah.
doing my research on the side, just like keeping up, with those artists that I discover, and also just like diving into more artists through like my playlists, like artists that I already listen to, and then similar artists to them. And I think, yeah, through that, like, I've just found so many really cool, like, local artists and artists that are in other states that I keep up with. So whenever they
Mm.
come here, I'm like, okay, I need to go see them. And it just kind of started that way, you know? It's something that yeah, I love doing. So it doesn't even feel like
Mm.
work, but it is a part of it for
Yeah.
sure. Mhm.
And do artists ever approach you to be like, highlighted, whether it be through the magazine or through the events?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've had a few like interactions like that, and I always love
Mm.
when it's like an in-person interaction, you know, because I think
Mm.
that oftentimes, like, you know, artists will DM or just copy paste messages and send it to anyone and everyone,
Yeah.
which is great. Like, you have to put yourself out there one way or another, but I do think that like meeting someone in person and having that like person to person interaction
Right.
is just what is like the best, truly. Like
Yeah.
that's the best approach. And yeah, it's been my favorite way to like even tap into artists that I haven't heard of before.
Mm.
Yeah, so
What are you looking for when it comes to someone like, basically kind of pitching,
mhm.
themselves to you, and like if someone's trying to take it to the next level,
Yeah.
like what are you looking more for? Is it like the music itself, how they perform like
Mhm.
live, or just a vibe? Like sometimes
Yeah.
it's like, just the connection between you and the artist too.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Mm-hmm.
tough because I feel like there's no like actual recipe.
Mm.
Like it isn't just about them being like a great artist and like having all these views and listeners. Like
Yeah.
there's been oftentimes like artists that I bet on, you know, where I'm like
Mm.
I see them and I see their potential and I haven't seen a show like in LA. I haven't like I don't have anything to compare them to.
Yeah.
Um but it's this feeling, you know, where I'm like
Mm.
I just have to book them. And I feel like a lot of bookers like or event organizers also relate to that where sometimes it's just a feeling. Of course, like it's
Mm.
nice to be in the crowd and to see artists perform and see how that goes and then go from there. But
Right.
yeah, I think that like I said there's no actual recipe. Like it is really case by case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And do you feel like there's any fear that comes with making events for all these artists? And if there is any, how do
Yeah,
you overcome it?
for sure. Yeah, I think that fear is always going to be there. Like, I think that no matter how confident or successful you are, I do think that fear has a way to like sneak up on you,
Yeah.
like through decisions or anything really. So, yeah, I think that it's something that you just kind of have to work around and with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what I have learned through all of it, I think it's like really about following your intuition and knowing that at the end of the day, like it really is about doing what you think is best. Of course, like it's good to lean on others and to just like listen to yourself. Because I do think that we have the answer, but sometimes like we're
Mm.
too clouded by fear, you know, to really like
Yeah.
listen. So that's
Mm.
something that I have been learning like through all the events that I've been organizing, anything that I've been a part of, where when fear creeps up, I'm like, no, I just need to take a moment and like listen to myself and feel like what feels best in that moment, you know? Because I think
Mm.
that even if like I've had moments where there's two decisions and what I want to do and what feels best is also scary,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
So I would say like what feels best and is comfortable isn't the answer oftentimes. Like oftentimes you have to do that scary thing, make, you know,
Mm.
that decision that might be uncomfortable, but it goes down to like tapping into your intuition and just feeling that out and just knowing that like that is the best decision, you know?
Was there, like, can you give an example of maybe something that happened that
Yeah, yeah.
was that?
Okay, so you were actually there
Oh.
for the event that I hosted.
Oh,
That
uh
was
huh.
my like first independent event.
That was your first. Dude.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah. 'Cause
Wow.
I've been hosting like festivals, and the last one that I hosted was like a lot of it was on me towards the end of it, and that was a lot of pressure, but hosting a show is also like something different, you know? And with that one I had vendors, it was a whole experience. Like I had a lot
Yeah.
of different layers to this event, but it also like in terms of like the money, like that all is also on me. So I think that's where the fear creeped up for me,
Mm.
where I'm like, okay, I have this idea and I'm really confident with my vision. And I know that this could be a really good event, but also I have so much over my head, you know,
Yeah.
like so much that I have to account for. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think fear like really creeped up on me with that one, where a part of me was like, is this the right decision? Should I go all in? But
Mm.
it felt right. Like it was scary, and that's what made me doubt it, but it felt right in that moment. Like
Right.
I knew that the event was going to be really good. Like I knew that the lineup was solid, that these artists were with me on this, that
Mm-hmm.
you know, like there is a lot on my plate, but in the end like I was like it's just about doing it and going for it and just going all in. And it took like you know, a lot of like self-talk and like talking to like friends and like my peers and just, you know, getting mentally prepared for that, cuz it's also like a lot to take on,
Yeah.
but it was a decision that I knew I had to make. Again, not the comfortable decision, something
Right.
that was, yeah, filled with fear.
Right.
But yeah, it felt really good to see it, you know, come together and to have that show sell out. Like
Yeah,
that was insane.
there
Yeah.
was a lot of people, but it didn't
Yeah.
feel cramped. Like it
Mhm.
felt like there was like a space where you can
Yeah, yeah,
like,
'cause it was
you know,
outdoors and I
yeah,
love
yeah.
that
And then
too.
like
Yeah.
some of the stages were all the
Mhm.
no, there was a stage outside, right? Like it looked
Mm,
more like a theater, and then there was like the other
yeah,
stage
yeah.
inside, right?
Yeah, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was the inside portion and then like the outdoor area to have people hang out
Yeah.
in, which was really nice. And I think it helped for sure. It was more breathable.
Right.
Like you could go in and like enjoy the music, but also you could go out and have some time to just recoup.
Yeah.
So I do like events like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so I think that event was definitely like one of those moments for me where I was like, sometimes you have to do it scared. You have to do it afraid,
Mm.
you know?
I love that. Sometimes you have to do it scared. Yeah, because I think like there's like a difference. Like if you're scared but it feels wrong, and then there's when you're
Definitely.
scared but it feels right.
Yes.
So you know, like my friend Fatima, shout out Fatima.
Yes.
She was like, you know, because I was nervous for a show one time, and I was like, I don't know how it's gonna go. I think it was when I was performing at Alex's bar, and that was the
Mm-hmm.
first time I wasn't using like dancers.
I see.
Um, and mainly because it's not that I didn't want to use dancers. It's just um, they were like unavailable, like the timing of it all. We didn't have enough time for rehearsal, so I was like, okay, can I put this show on with just a live band and not my usual
Yeah.
backup dancers?
Yeah.
So it definitely like was something I had to push and challenge myself and work with my choreographer and
Yeah.
like figure out, okay, how can we still like make the stage feel full with just me, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, maybe changing some of the movements that I had to do. um so there was a lot of fear and anticipation, and my friend Fatima was saying like, you know, well, fear and excitement are like the same feelings, but one is like from a scary place and one is from like a happy place, you know?
Yeah.
And so I will always remember that. I'm like, oh, like these are just like jitters.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
Flip
like,
the switch.
yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
excited for the show. Obviously, there's going to be some fear like, what if everything goes wrong and
Yeah, yeah,
nobody comes to the
yeah.
show?
Yeah.
But it ended up like working out. And,
Yeah.
you know, I think like I did the best of my ability, hopefully.
Mhm. That's all
And
that matters,
yeah, and
really.
people, you know, hopefully enjoyed it. But yeah, it's good to challenge no matter what other people may be thinking, even if we're just psyching ourselves out and saying that these, like, nobody is
Yeah.
saying this really, but just to trust ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust ourselves to be, um, just to do what we do best at the end of the day. And it's, trusting your ear essentially, trusting your taste in
Yeah.
music and, the venue,
Mhm.
the people that come through
Yeah.
that area, what kind of show, and I think like when you go to a lot of shows, at least for me, like I study a lot, when I go to any type of show, which is why I like to attend different types of shows, not just like R&B or pop or hip
Mhm.
hop or whatever. Like there's just so much to learn from every show, and like why not incorporate the things that, I feel like I like.
Yeah.
And then those are the kind of shows that I want to put on. It's just like the things that I've gathered,
Mhm.
that make a good set,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I would assume that it's kind of similar with events. I don't know if you study events, but it seems like you do, because I feel like every time I go to any type of experience, if it's seamless and I didn't notice like anything, like that was a lot of planning.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of planning for something to be so seamless.
Yeah.
And if there's a ton of things going wrong, but I didn't notice, like more power to you, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
just
so true. I think that there's always going to be something that comes up as well. And
yeah,
that's one thing that I've learned where you just have to be like ready and on your toes,
yeah,
Like with anything. I think that yeah, it would be great if all events were just like actually seamless. But like you said, it's good when it seems that way on the
right.
outside. When people didn't realize like all the
Yeah,
little things that you had to fix in the moment. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
totally. I mean, I can see why people plan weddings and it takes like a whole entire ass year.
Yeah.
And cuz any event, you have to plan like the music,
Mhm.
the food, the entertainment,
Yeah.
the guests, the check-in, the
There's
there's
so
just
much. There's so
such
much.
a
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
list of things. So I can't
Mhm.
even imagine. So props to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
um
you too. You're
oh,
a part of them. Like that
thanks, girl.
also takes a lot of planning.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, like I didn't realize how much planning it would be
Mhm.
until well, Vanessa put me on. Like
Yeah.
very first show, it was at
We love
Gray. We love,
her.
shout out Vanessa.
Shout
I
out
think I talk
Vanessa.
about Vanessa in all my videos.
Yes.
If you're watching, Vanessa, this one's for
Mhm.
you.
Yes.
But yeah, so I didn't have any, and that was my first like live
Mhm.
show. I mean, I've always sang, but not at that capacity. And I didn't even have enough music at that time. So I made music for that.
She bet on
She bet on
you. She
me.
really
She bet on
did.
me. And
Mhm.
I was like, I don't have a band. So I hit up so many people. Like you just
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
figure it out. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I didn't know all these things, and sometimes you
Yeah.
just don't know until you ask. And then I was like, let me hit up my old dancer friends and
I
see if
love
someone can
that.
choreograph for me, and I could get dancers and the
We made it
homies,
work. Yeah.
and then we figured out like,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
rehearsals, and me also singing with a live band, changing the arrangement. Like there were just so many things that I didn't know.
Yeah.
But now, like, I think for anyone who is struggling right now, I think just remember we all come from the same place. Like,
Yeah.
we're all going to not know things,
And we're all learning
and
as
we're
we
all
go.
learning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really wanted to bring you on here because I think, like, a lot of artists have
Imposter syndrome.
imposter syndrome.
Yes,
That's
we
the
all
one.
have it. We all go
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome. And I don't even think creatives. I just think anyone, right?
Yeah.
It's like we assume that everything has to be so perfect, and I think the more we kind of are laxed in that and just give a little room for maybe a little error, you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
maybe it won't be so like, like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
failure, like this is not worth it, you know.
Mhm.
And we were talking about this off camera, but just
Yeah.
like consistency, and it's the hardest thing to do, I think, as being an artist, especially
Definitely.
now. Whereas maybe before it was just like, do you have the talent? Now it's beyond the talent. It's
True.
really like how
Yeah, that's so
you're
true.
seen, you're perceived,
Mhm.
how many eyeballs are on you,
Yeah.
numbers, like all these things that, you know, can mean something to someone and not mean anything to another person. But in totality, I think it's like there's just a lot more pressures on artists, to do all those things,
Yeah.
you
It's a
know.
lot. It's a lot. Just like
Yeah.
even the act of like creating and then putting your music out there, it's like so vulnerable. So
Super vulnerable.
there's just so much within that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about it a lot. I'm like, wow, like not only do you have to create, you also have to put yourself out there and feel like you're being annoying by like pushing your music all the
Right.
time, you know, but
Right.
that's what you really have to do to like
Mm.
get in front of those the right audience.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think, you know, sometimes you don't know your audience
Yeah.
until you do it a couple,
Mhm.
100, 1,000
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
just in different spaces. And it's all been like a trial and error
Mhm.
until now for me.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but you know, I try to be prepared as much as I can,
Mhm.
to learn as much as I can, without burning myself out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and just trying to leave room for like it's okay if you don't know,
Mhm.
because yeah,
Yeah.
it's the growth.
Mhm.
It's really about the growth.
Definitely.
Do you think there are some simple branding marketing moves artists can start doing today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that branding can be really important for artists and their image, the way that they present themselves. But I truly feel like at the end of the day, it's about showing up like yourself, like the
Mm,
truest version of you. Like authenticity, I think, is truly like what resonates with everyone. And
mm,
finding that for yourself and like yourself as an artist, you know, through your sound, through what you're doing, like the events that you're a part of, anything. Like any
yeah,
it comes into all decisions that you make as an artist. And I think that being true to yourself is the only way to really make marketing yourself sustainable and
mm,
also like real, you know,
yeah,
like authentic. And
yeah,
I think that's like the most important thing for sure.
yeah. I think a lot of people can see when things are not authentic,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Um, but damn, to be authentic consistently.
What a struggle.
What a struggle. Oh my God. I think people don't talk about that one enough. Is like, yeah, like we're all trying to be, I think at the end of the day, is like ourselves, right? But
Yeah.
like, especially when, like, being an independent artist, I think,
Mhm.
and depending on what kind of
Yeah.
independent artist you want to be, if you don't have a team, like,
Yeah.
it's truly just
Yeah.
keep on trying.
And also I feel like authenticity and being true to yourself and that being difficult goes back to fear. Truly. Like I
Mm.
really feel like we often like maybe don't show up like ourselves 100% of the time because we might be afraid. You know,
Mm.
either afraid to be judged, afraid like anything. Like I think
Yeah.
that yeah, fear has a interesting way to just creep up on you for sure. So it's
Fear
like good
can, yeah.
to like, you know, sit with it and see where it's coming from. And also like as a independent artist, I think that you're always going to be like finding and redefining yourself and that's okay too.
Yeah.
So just like staying true to who you are, who you want to become, who you want to be.
Yeah.
I think that yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's okay to reinvent yourself,
It is
people.
okay. It is okay. Yes. Yes.
Any advice that you have for someone who feels stuck in their local scene and wants to expand?
Yeah, I think that truly like collaborating with
Mm.
your peers, with, of course, like peers in the local scene. That's how it starts. But
Mm.
I do think that through that, there's so many opportunities that can come up for you to like keep growing and expanding and maybe pushing yourself out of like that local scene. But yeah, I feel like I always see like really cool local artists that go on tour together. And then later on, they're doing tours with like bigger artists, you know? And I think that's always so
Mm.
lovely to see. And I do think that's how it starts. Like, it might just be two like underground local bands that are, you know, going on tour at first, but then they start to get known. You start to really like gain your audience, find your audience, and then
Right.
people start finding you. And I think that
Mm.
is truly like the best way to go about it. Like, really tapping into your local scene and like the people that inspire you, you know, the people that you want to work with and growing with them.
So you think that building the community more through collaborating can expand your reach?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think like I'm learning more like as an artist too, because I think I've been learning so much on my own that I'm like,
Mhm.
I think it's time. I think it's
Yeah.
time to like, well, not to say that I haven't collaborated, but I think
Mhm.
even more.
Yeah.
Um, just within my own scene and my own friends
Mhm.
and our friends,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, and to explore new sounds,
Mhm.
because we've been in the
Yeah.
stew,
Yes.
in the home stew,
Yes.
and you know, I
If
think
only those could go live.
I know if only those could go live, but you know that's a secret.
Yeah.
Um, no, but I think yeah, just like exploring like different sounds for myself too. It's honestly been
Yeah.
so interesting. Like every year, I
Mhm.
think I learn like how many
Yeah.
lessons as an artist. Like, okay, am I trying to force something into a box, you know, or
Mhm.
should I just like let go sometimes
Mm.
and see what that is and not worry
Yeah.
about the result? Because I think those things kind of stick a little more sometimes, like the weird
Mhm.
lyrics or the
Yeah.
weird, like, you know, there's no, maybe because it comes from like me being classically trained, like,
Mhm.
um, piano. Like, I took classical piano, and I think, like, I always wanted to do jazz because jazz was like, you know, like kind of more, yeah, I guess freeing or didn't have as much of a structure. I'm
Mm.
sure like jazz, there's so many structures, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like as like like you know there's just
Yeah. Yeah.
like a
I know what
you know what I
it's
mean.
like fun and it sounds fun and
It sounds
freeing.
more fun, yeah.
Mhm.
And so that this is what I hear sometimes with people who've been like classically trained. It's harder to be raw.
Mm.
And then for those who are more of like raw artists,
Yeah.
you know, like the if you picture like the person with the raspy voice and they're just like
Yeah.
singing, you know, but also like we can learn from each other. Like it's good to also train a little bit in certain areas that
Mhm.
can make you like a stronger vocalist or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, and yeah, also learning how to just let go.
I see exactly what you mean because it's like tough to not put yourself in a box
Yeah.
when you're creating music because you're trying to go for this sound, you know? You're
Yeah.
trying to create your sound as an artist,
Yeah.
but then being able to explore outside of that is also really important.
Mhm.
So I can see how it can be difficult to want to do both,
Yeah.
to like not want to put yourself in a box, but also feel like you kind of have to.
Right.
Like that is definitely, yeah, like it's tough. I do think it's like in moments like that, like of course it's important to just explore and create and see what comes from it. But again, I understand like putting things out there in itself, it can be difficult. And also
Yeah.
when you're trying to build your image as an artist. It's like sometimes it feels like wrong to switch up on people, right? Like on your sound.
Yeah.
But I do think that's part of like the growth, you know, and like the evolution of
Yeah.
you as an artist. And it just reminds me of Claritin.
We gotta give a shout out. Okay, I
No,
made a song
so good.
called.
It was such a
it
good
was
song.
allergies. Allergies. I think it was
Okay,
called
but
allergies.
Claritin was in there. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Claritin, yeah, because
Yeah. Okay,
I've
I had
been
a
taking.
name. It was called Allergies.
And I was loratadine.
Oh my god, it was
is
so
the
good.
generic.
Like, please include a snippet. Like, they need
I
to hear.
should. I should include a snippet.
It was raw and it was real and it was in the moment and I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I want to tap into.
Yeah.
And maybe that's like a sign, you know, I think if you just collaborate with more people, you can have multiple projects happening at the same time. So it could be like, okay, we're going to do R&B here, and then this one's going to be some weird ass shit over
Definitely. That might be the answer.
You know? You know, so we're learning, we're growing.
Yes, we're exploring,
you know what I'm saying?
we're creating.
Yes. And let's talk about being a female.
Yeah.
Okay, because
in the music scene.
You know, being a female in the music scene, we know, we've heard, it's very male dominated, and being women, I think we're really good at multitasking.
We are,
which is a great quality if I say so myself. How do you juggle doing multiple things, lifing?
Yeah.
And just juggling being a woman in the industry.
Yeah.
Loaded question.
That's a loaded question. Yeah, that's so real. It can definitely like be tough, but also empowering to know that you are a woman doing it all, you know, like a jack of all trades. Like that is really empowering also to see. Like I feel like I have found myself just like noticing that there's so many women out here like doing it, you know, whether it be artists, whether it be event organizers, bookers. Like Vanessa is one of those people that I see and I'm like, girl, like, yes, like doing it all, you know. And then as I just like, you know, work with different venues, I also come in contact with so many other women in the music scene, and that in itself is so empowering and so beautiful to see. And I think it's like holding on to those glimmers of like hope, I think, just for our music scene in general. Like, yes, it's still male dominated, but women are really running things behind the scene. I would say, like, women are really out here doing the most. Like, so when I see that, I'm just like, okay, yes, like we're taking up space, and it's beautiful to see.
And a lot of females are dominating for a male dominated industry. A lot of females are kind of like number one.
Yeah,
right
I would
now.
say so.
A lot.
I would say so.
Shout out to the women out there.
Yes,
keep on
we
going.
See you. Yes.
We see you. We hear you.
We hear you. We're here with you.
We're here
we
with
are you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And do you ever feel like you struggle with like trying to keep yourself from burning out? Because I do that
definitely. All the time. Like, I need a grass rot for sure. Like,
what does that mean?
Grass rot. Okay, so you
is this that like
chill on the grass? You go touch grass. I don't know.
I think I've seen that sulking in bed thing called bed rotting.
Exactly.
Is that the thing?
But you grass rot instead.
Ah,
yes.
okay.
Go take a little journal out there, paint, anything. Just sit with the trees. I think that's so helpful. Just like regrounding yourself in any way that is best for you, you know? Some people like going in the ocean, like anything that works for you. I do think that regrounding is so important in order to like not just burn out and not want to like do what you're doing, you know? I think that we just need to find a good balance, and like it can be difficult, but just doing things that you love and just like taking care of yourself, you know, like giving yourself like time to also just like disconnect. I think that's so important. Just like I always need to do that for sure. Like after an event, after big projects that I finish, I'm like, okay, now I need to go reground with myself and just disconnect for a little bit, and then I'll be back and ready for the next thing.
Yeah, sometimes you need to disconnect to reset.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
we do.
Yes. Can you share a story of an artist that you've seen grow through your companies that you've worked with, and what did they do right?
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Two artists come to mind. Um, so, and this was with Nothing Fest.
Okay.
So these two artists, I booked them for the festival, and one of them, their name is Mind's Eye. That's their band name.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing band. They're actually one of those bands that I really like bet on, because
Mm.
they were from the Bay, or they are from the Bay. They lived out there, and they didn't really have any like LA shows. So when I discovered them, I it was more of like a gut feeling where I just felt like it was right and I had to bring them onto the festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure how it was going to go, didn't have anything to compare it to,
Yeah.
but I just had this feeling, and it was beautiful to see them like come on, do their thing. They had such a big crowd. I felt like people were just waiting, like they had an audience, but they hadn't tapped into it. So it
Mm.
was just beautiful to see, and they are like growing. They've grown so much. Like they're on tour. This is like their income now,
Wow.
like this is what they're doing for a living. Like
Not many artists can
it's
say that.
no, like it's beautiful to see. It makes me so happy. Like now they live in LA, like music is what they're doing.
Mm.
And it's just beautiful to see like an artist grow in that way. And for them, I've noticed that they're just like super like silly and not afraid to like be themselves and to just express themselves online. And I think that's something that they've done right for sure. Like
Mm.
they yeah, they're always making TikTok videos that are silly and maybe people think they're cringy, but like they're out there putting their music out there, and they've
Right.
found their audience. And yeah, I think it's important for artists to be less afraid to just post and to
Yeah.
create and to express yourself and to be silly online.
Yeah.
So, of course, like everyone has their own way to go about that, like you don't have to be silly,
Right.
like, but that felt right to them, and they're doing it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's been beautiful to see. Another artist, his name is Marlon Funaki, and he's also such an amazing artist. And it felt like everything just aligned with like getting him onto Nothing Fest, because we had someone drop last minute, and
Ah.
then Marlon reached out to me and was like, "Hey, like are there any slots available?" Like they were super down to like be a part of this event. And luckily there was a slot available, and I looked into his music and I was like, "Wait, like I love your sound." Like I hadn't discovered him before. So he was the one that truly like reached out to me and put himself out there. And
Mm.
I was like, "Let's do it." Like, you're on. And I think that's what he did right. Just putting himself out there, putting himself out there,
Yeah.
and just like not being afraid to do that, to reach out.
Mm.
'Cause like, it could have been yes or no. And it also like the lineup was already out. So like I
Yeah.
think oftentimes artists would be like, "No, like the lineup is out. There's no way that they would add me. Like why even ask?" You know? So
Oh.
I think the fact that he just went for it and was like, if anyone drops or if there's any possibility to get me on, like, let me know. I think that is
Mm.
truly like what, yeah, was like something that he did right. Like, he just puts himself out there, and he has really found his audience, and he's so talented. Like, that band is also really doing it. Like,
Yeah.
they're also on tour. Like, they're doing amazing. They've grown so much, and it's just beautiful to see these artists and their journey. And I think that
Right.
oftentimes, like, they just need a platform, like a platform to be seen.
Right.
Like, the
Yeah.
talent is there. So
Right.
it's beautiful to have been able to, like, provide that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sometimes you don't know until you ask.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Just
Yeah.
ask.
Just
Just
ask.
ask. Just do it.
One thing I've learned that keeps on proving me wrong. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, because I asked that question,
Yeah.
now I know the answer.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I think
sometimes it's that easy.
yeah, and sometimes I think we feel like we don't need the help. And whether that be, I don't know, maybe my culture or, you know, being a person of color, you know, uh, we're used to, I think, you know, just trying to figure it out on our own.
Yeah.
And we forget that there's like a whole community of people who support and, you know, are willing to just give advice. It doesn't have to be like, hey, you do this. Can you do this for me? You know, it's not always like a favor, but it's just like
Yeah.
an ask, like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think about this? And maybe you'll get an answer you would have never thought you'd get.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
And if you had to leave artists one golden piece of advice for marketing and taking the next step, what do you think it would be?
I would say it kind of goes back to like some of the points that I've made of like not being afraid to express yourself, to be yourself, to, you know, reach out, to ask for help. I think that, yeah, all of those things are like really important for anyone in, you know, their career and their growth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say just like allowing yourself to ask for help and to also express yourself and to show up for yourself in all the ways that you can and just learning as you go.
Beautiful. I love that.
There's a lot to learn as we go.
There's so much to learn. So much to learn. All right, so we're going to do just a few rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. Favorite venue in Long Beach?
Ooh, okay. Vanessa put me on.
Oh.
Definitely the Altar. Super cool venue.
So that's the one I haven't been to yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I missed her event. But I do want to go.
Such a cool venue.
Really?
And I had never been. So when I walked in there, I was just in awe. Like, it's a really cool spot. And I feel like it's still, like, low key. Like, no one really knows about it. Like, I think it's a brewery, but then they also have an event space. Yeah, so.
Was it like church? If it's called the Altar?
That's what it's giving.
No? That's what it's giving.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't know.
Maybe it was just converted to look kind of like.
Yeah, you know. I mean, it's giving like gothic vibes. So, yeah.
Okay.
I love that spot.
Cool. I have to check that out. And first concert you went to?
Oh my God, that one's actually crazy. So, my parents are really into like, you know, Spanish rock, and like all of the above. So there was this band called, they're still alive, they're called Los Tigres del Norte. That was my first show ever, and kind of crazy. I saw them at Tropicalia like years later when, you know, I was already like going to all of my own shows, and I loved Tropicalia. It was like such a beautiful mix of like music that your parents would listen to as you were growing up, and also like indie underground artists.
Was it a
felt
festival?
like it was a festival.
Oh, okay.
It felt like just for like Chicanos and like Latinos. Like it felt like that was the niche. Like of course anyone can go, but that felt like my festival. It was my favorite.
That's cool.
It was just like you looked around and it was, you know, people that grew up on that kind of music, or them and their parents, them and like their grandparents. Like it was so beautiful to see like all of these people together, you know, and to also just feel so connected to them and the music. So yeah, that was my first band, and it was beautiful to like see them again later on.
Yeah, like on pass through the generations.
Yeah, I was 7, I think, like 7 years old. Yeah, I was a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, my first concert was Spice Girls.
Stop. That's so cute.
I'm telling you, Spice Girls, if you're listening right now, when is the tour? When is the tour? I've been waiting.
Yeah.
I want to add to cart like right now. So let me know when that
I love
happens.
that. How old were you?
I was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I remember we were all the way in the back, like in the grass. I don't even know where it was because I didn't drive at that time. But I was with like my cousin and her parents, and we were like watching all the way in the back. Like,
Yeah.
it was cool though.
Yeah.
It was a cool experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds so sweet.
I would love
Yeah. To go again.
To go again.
Yeah.
Spice Girls.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
It'll happen. And last song you had on repeat.
Ooh. That is a good one. Okay, so I've been listening to a lot of like La Femme, and it's this like French indie band. I really like their song Contaminando. That's one of my favorites, and it's been on repeat, and it just like, it's a good vibe. It puts you in a good mood. It like makes you want to dance. Yeah, it's my favorite for sure.
Nice. Mine is Promises by Cleo Soul.
Oh, okay.
She's a good one.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those, like, I want to cry. Mm-hmm. And I saw her at Hollywood Bowl, and she was amazing.
You saw her perform that too?
Yeah, glowing. Like,
yeah, goddess.
And yeah, just to see also just like an artist who didn't really need like much.
Yeah.
In such, because Hollywood Bowl is huge, right? And she just had her like live, well, you know, obviously the band, and then her backup singers, and that's it. She was just dancing across the stage, just like just more like, you know, like nothing where it was like in your face or anything. It was just like such a good vibe, and
that's beautiful.
Fucking cried.
Yeah. That's needed sometimes. Yeah.
Healing.
It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But thanks for being on this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, this was lovely. Glad to have you on and spread some knowledge.
Glad to be here.
At the end of the day, the rules are simple. Karen leaves us with her golden rule that artists are looking to market themselves and take the next step. If you had to leave with your own golden rule, what would it be? Don't forget to catch a new episode with Cozy with Calinnah.